Hey, first grade, it's Miss Becky. Today we're going to be doing our math lesson 16. And in this lesson, you're going to compose a number using different combinations. And just as a quick review, remember yesterday in our math lesson, I told you about a math rule that I call the switch around rule. Do you remember the switch around rule? Okay. The switch around rule tells us that the order of the add-ins in an addition sentence can be changed, but the sum, S-U-M, or the answer will stay the same. And I'm going to show you what I mean right now. So we have one set here, and how many are in this set? 3. And then we have this other set, and how many are in this set? 1. Okay. What addition sentence could you write to show the joining of these two sets? What addition sentence could we write to match this picture? For this set, what number do we need? 3. Okay. Now, before I write down my other number, my other set, what is that math symbol that shows us we're going to be adding? It's called a what? A plus sign. That means we're going to join two sets. In this other set, how many do I have? 1. Okay, so far our number sentence is 3 plus 1. And then before we write the sum or the answer, what is this called? Equals. And we know after the equals is when we put the sum. So let's join them together, slide them together. And 3 plus 1 equals 1, 2, 3, 4. Our answer is 4. Very good. But now I'm going to show you something else. We're going to do a little switcheroo with our sets. Just switcheroo, switcheroo. Okay. Now, do these add-ins match the set now? No, not exactly. So I've got to switcheroo or switch around my add-ins since my two sets switched. So here, it's not a 3. Instead of 3 plus 1, how many do we have here now? Yes, 1. So I'm going to write a number 1. Okay? And I don't have the 1 here anymore. Now, how many are in this set? 3. Good. So 1 plus 3. Let's join them together and see our answer. 1 plus 3 equals 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Do you notice that we didn't have to erase the sum? Because 4 is still the answer. Okay? Right? So, the order of the add-ins, boys and girls, they can be changed, but the answer will always be the same. That's why you'll hear me say the switch around rule, because if 1 plus 3 equals 4, then what? 3 plus 1 equals 4. Okay? This is the switch around rule. Same add-ins. There's a 1 in this problem and a 1 in this problem. A 3 in this problem and a 3 in this problem. All I did was switch the order, but my answer stays the same. I still have 4. No matter if I put 1 and then 3, or if I switcheroo and do 3 plus 1. We still have 4. Okay? We're also, let me take these away, erase my board. I want to show you this. Make sure you can see it. Okay? We're going to call this a 10 bar. Okay? So don't get this confused with a 10 frame, because remember the 10 frames that we've used? Okay? Those 10 frames have 5 at the top row and 5 at the bottom row. Okay? This is different. Okay? This is a 10 bar, and I'm going to use 6 colors of one cube, and I'm going to use 6 colors of another cube, okay? Again, what is this called? 10 bar. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, because it has 10 frames on it. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to write a problem up here. 1 plus 3 equals, and then we're going to have a blank. And you might be thinking, oh, I can answer that really quick. That's great, but on your sheet today, they want you to practice by looking at a picture where you're going to see different sets of linking cubes, and you're going to have to switch up the colors. Okay, so what's our first add-in? Our first add-in is 1. So we're going to take 1 and we're going to put it on the first frame here. Okay? The first space of the 10 bar, 1. That represents the first add-in, 1. Okay? And now we're going to show the second add-in by placing how many cubes on the other color of the other color on the next spaces. Well, we have our 1. What's our next add-in in this problem? 3. So let's use our red, and we need 1, 2, 3. Okay? So you see what I've done? We took 1 for our first add-in, plus 3. Here's our 3 for the next add-in. Okay? So what does 1 plus 3 equal? Well, we can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 plus 3 equals 4. Good. All right? Now, remember that 2 addition combinations for a number can be written simply by switching the order of the add-ins, like we just practiced. Remember the switch around rule. So, let's try that now. We had 1 plus 3 equals 4. I'm going to switch around my numbers, 1 and 3, and instead of 1 plus 3, it's going to be what? 3 plus 1 equals 4. Okay, now let's look at our 10 bar. I think we need to do this over. Let's take those off. So now we need 3. It's our first add-in. Matches our first add-in. Plus, what's our second add-in? 1. See what we did there? We just flip-flopped it. Okay? And we get the answer 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 plus 1 equals 4. And we know that if 3 plus 1 equals 4, then what? 1 plus 3 equals 4. See? So that's 2 ways to write a problem that both equal 4. Okay? 2 addition combinations for a number can be written simply by switching the order of the add-ins. If you know that 1 plus 3 equals 4, then we know that 3 plus 1 equals 4. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you something else. Because sometimes this I'm about to show you can kind of get a little bit tricky, but once you see it, you'll know. All right, let's write the problem. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Okay, there's our number sentence. So, we're going to show it on our 10 bar. Okay, 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Okay, but I don't even really want to show you this part yet because I want you to look at the problem on its own. Okay, what do you notice about these 2 add-ins? About the 2 and the 2? If you said that they're both the same, you are correct. This problem has the same add-ins. And do you know what that means? That means that we don't have to switch the add-ins, do we? Because that would just be kind of silly. So when you have a doubles problem, and we're going to learn about those soon, doubles problem is when you are adding the same number, like 2 plus 2, or 5 plus 5, or 1 plus 1, okay? You don't have to do the switch around rule, okay, because they're the same. So if you switched them, guess what? You'd still have 2 here and 2 here. So we just write one problem for that, okay? Because it's going to look the same even when the order of the add-ins is switched, okay? You're going to see something today. I'm going to show you on your sheet. I'm going to do it on the board, on this little board here, okay? And let me get my cubes. All right, so today on your paper, you're going to practice this, and you're going to have 4 cubes, okay? You've got 4 cubes together, and you're going to use the colors of the cubes to write an addition sentence, okay? You're going to have different combinations. So what I want to point out to you, though, is, move this over, okay? How many do you see here? 4, okay? So you're going to have to the side on your paper today a box plus another box equals another box, okay? But what I want you to pay attention to is that on your math page today, they are going to be using green linking cubes and red linking cubes. And they even help you out because pay attention to the boxes, because the boxes will either be outlined in green color or they'll be outlined in a red color. And they're doing that, boys and girls, to make it easy for you. Okay? So you'll count how many you see of one color and make sure when you write that number, you write it in the matching box. And you know it matches by looking at the color around it. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you're looking at your sheet, which is workbook page 35 and 36 for math, lesson 16, okay, you'll understand what I mean. But you're just going to use the colors of the cubes they have on that paper to write addition combinations for different numbers, okay? So, for example, this one, how many do I have? 4. I have 4 blue. So if this box were blue, where would my 4 go? It would go in the box that was blue. Okay? Did I have any other colors? Did I add anything else? No. So what goes in this box? Still have to show your 0. And 4 plus 0 equals 4. That was an easy one. Now let me show you, though, what you might see on the next one. So after that, you might see this. Here's the next one. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now, this one's a little bit different. Over to the side again on your paper, you're going to have a box plus box equals your answer or sum. Okay. And this box is going to be outlined in blue, but Miss Becky just is using her black marker, but you'll see in your workbook page it's different. Okay, so how many blue cubes do you see on this problem right here? 1, 2, 3. So you're going to write the number 3 in your blue box. How many red do you see? 1. So we're going to write 1 in a box that's outlined in red. And 3 plus 1 equals, how many do we have to get all together? 1, 2, 3, 4. So do you see we're showing different combinations or different ways that we can get the same answer 4. Okay, we could use 4 blue and no red, so that's 4 plus 0. We could take 3 of a color and 1 of another, and 3 plus 1 equals 4. Okay, what if they switch it around though? They're going to keep doing weird stuff. Like they might take, I'll show you one more. They're going to do this one. Might have 2 of this color and 2 of this color. Again, do we still have 4? Yeah, we still have 4, just like we did in the other rows. But now our number sentence is going to look different. So set it up and let's look. If this box were outlined in blue, how many blue ones do you have in this set of 4? 2. You'll fill in that blue box with 2. Plus, how many red ones do you have? 2. You'll fill in 2. And we know that 2 plus 2 equals, how many have we been using? 4. Again, the same sum as the other ones. Because we're not taking away any. We still have 4 here, 4 for this problem, and 4 for this problem. So 2 plus 2 equals 4. Okay, so this is what you're going to be doing on your sheet today. It's pretty easy. You just got to make sure, though, that you pay attention to where you write your number. Okay, so if you're counting green cubes, you want to make sure you write your number in the green box. If you're counting red cubes, you want to make sure you write that number in the box that's outlined in red. So we'll do more of this when we get back to school, but I think that you'll find it's pretty easy. Hope that you have an awesome weekend. This was your Friday lesson, and I miss you. Can't wait to see you.